So, good morning everybody. It's another day. Today, currently, we are looking at Tuesday, July 7th. And it's good opportunity. Really good opportunity. Probably the first opportunity that I've had to actually go out and do something that kind of forces me, for one, to do research. To do proper research for a client. Other day, I was showing off a piece that I was working on at my job to a customer that whatchamacallit, was kind of asking of what I've been working on, what's new and all this kind of stuff, and I showed him that piece. The official piece being this guy for a truck place that I attended called DPT Wars. Photo that I took, photo that I edited, and then the layout that I put together. Originally, the piece that I saw for this guy was a bit loud in my perspective. Nothing wrong with it. It was a good starting point, and it just became a thing to where when I looked at it, I put myself in the perspective of like, if I hadn't seen this piece yet, and I wanted to be sold on an event to where I felt I had to go, to where I felt like it had to be something that I couldn't miss, how would I go about relaying that message, right? For me to urgently want to go. This being the original piece right here, right? DPT Truck Wars, which is pretty fun. It's pretty lively, a lot of energy there as it is, which I liked. And the piece that I obviously came up with, just kind of remind once more, was this guy, to where I'm bigger on the simplicity of it, for it to be a little bit more easier to follow and not everything kind of yell at you. But again, I go ahead and say that it was a good starting point. I enjoyed it a lot, and it became one thing that, for at least intention with that, was for it to feel a little bit more not luxury per se, but a little bit more so like high class. There's nice trucks there and stuff like that, and this is something that you don't want to miss. You know, I wanted to see how I could communicate an event that doesn't happen that often as compared to one that feels like it might happen often. Like, how do you communicate rarity as compared to something that seems day by day? So that's the starting point, right? Right now as it is, I'm kind of getting ready to go head out to the bookstore to go buy a book that I once read in the past called Who Ate My Cheese? And on top of that, I also want to see if I could find pieces of magazines for motorcycles. I got in on Word, like I kind of mentioned, about a person that's looking for a social media person to kind of help with getting people through the door. And so for starters now, it's a matter of going out and researching, okay, how can I display desire within an Instagram post, within a Facebook post, to get people through the door? What is it when people open up a magazine, right? Oh my Lord. Oh, sweet heavens. There we go. Okay. What is it about a post when it's, you know, being displayed upon a magazine, and you flip across and find something within a book or within, you know, a social post that it screams to you, right? How do you communicate luxury material and then also a message to get somebody to want to come through, to kind of not get them to just look but also act? And so currently right now, the one question that I have to answer, and I did a little bit of tiny, like very, very little research upon their website to kind of get a better understanding of how are they already presenting themselves to people, that when they come across their site, what are they doing effectively and what are they doing non-effectively? Okay, so when I looked upon the page, it's super simple, very cool. In terms of presentation, let me go ahead and pull it up one more time to get that better idea. So first thing, Sports Plaza motorcycles, fun on wheels, right? Cool. In terms of relatability, it's a start, right? Because what I want people to be able to see, I guess, to be able to understand, because that, as it is, that photo is already a good piece that could kind of give me an idea, right? What I want is not a masked race car figure that kind of hides the importance of what it is that creates connection. Because if I have somebody that's masked up and talking to you, but you can't see their face, how can you really relate or even put yourselves in the shoes of somebody that you can't even tell that's there? So for starters, if I am to get somebody through the door, what I want to communicate is this could be you. The person isn't masked up, but the person is a person just like you. Because under that mask, we don't know who it is that it could be, right? And this is not like me joking around, trying to be a funny guy, but it's just overall trying to present myself within the customer's point of view. Okay, if I'm to go out right now and I want to buy myself an ATV, if I want to buy myself a motorcycle, what would get me through that door? For me, it's a thing where, excuse me, I don't have that kind of money, but if I did have the money, what would get me to come through that door? So first things first, obviously, what gets a customer through the door? And what are the competitors doing that are getting him through that door continuously? And what kind of posts are they making? What's continuous? What isn't continuous? And like, what is considered good in terms of interactions, sharing, not also sharing, but also engagement, right? A good post could do good in terms of graphics and all that, but if it doesn't do good in terms of engagement, what is it really? What's the purpose of it? It's just a pretty photo. So I don't even have my watch on. So the first things first that I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be running off to the store, buy that book, looking at magazines, research. Not only the physical copies of like magazines, because that's what kind of gets people old and new curious oftentimes. I think a lot of things are more so communicated via the phone, but it's never a bad thing to kind of look to see what was done in the past. So right now, big client, for me at least, bigger client, because this is something that's official. This is something that kind of gets me up and going, and it's something that I've been kind of asking for within the past couple days, right? An opportunity to work in this kind of place. Guess what happened not too long ago? That opportunity presented itself. So it's a matter of how honest and how serious am I being when it comes to this kind of stuff. So now, first thing first is I gotta stop talking. I gotta go make this trip. But it's also intent, right? Intent. I'm not doing this for the money, right? It's what I gotta tell myself. It's a matter of I gotta do it because I'm truly passionate about it and because I truly want to transform myself as a designer, right? It's about how can I get the most effective product out onto media to get the kind of results that I want. I have a lot of confidence in terms of how I've been upgrading myself and getting myself a little bit up out there, practicing the skills, doing like a lot of the practice that would get me through. But all in all, for this guy, it's a matter of how many drafts can I come up with in terms of just thumbnailing. This is logo design, which the most recent one I just did this morning for Sun and Circles. How many ideas can I come up with and how many can I execute within today? So today is going to be high priority in terms of being a person that not only just kind of seeks it out, but also acts upon it. Because what's the purpose of asking for something, quote unquote, praying for something, if you don't act upon it? And should be something fun too, because I feel overall, all in all, it's something that would be part-time. And when it comes to projects and overall working, it should be well worth the effort because it's good practice. Like I said, something that could be added onto the portfolio to show like I've done this kind of stuff before, and it's something that kind of forces me to really get back into that engagement of who's my consumer, who's this, all this and that, right? Asking those important questions to understand how can I get this demographic through the door, or to engage with this post right here that I hold within my hand. How can I mesh the two so that they fit as a piece and, you know, conform as like a unified piece versus something that doesn't mesh well. Regardless, this has been your boy Ventura. I gotta dip, I gotta go run out, and I gotta do research. I think the one thing that I'm definitely gonna be looking for is relatability. Again, what gets a customer through that door? Is it seeming luxurious, maybe high in terms of pricing, in terms of expensive, or something that's more relatable and affordable and gets people not only also through the door, but gets them to be like, oh yeah, you know, it's not that bad. But I think in terms of what it is that I see in the magazine, I could see myself doing that, and I like doing that because I see other people doing it and they look like they're having a lot of fun. So, big thing for sure is going to be making it feel family friendly, possibly something that where people go out to the dunes, they're doing, but also just overall practice of like seeing what clicks. I'm saying a whole lot of nothing at this point because I'm trying to kind of stimulate ideas within my own head, but who knows? Storytelling that drives bold change. How to inspire and motivate your organization to achieve its ambitions. This might be worth a read. Cool. Other than that, now for sure, for real, I'll catch you guys in the next one.